also the way you express about your passion for this, it's just, I don't know, it really, it's the kind of thing that makes me love my job, if I'm entirely honest. So I'm happy to be here. Welcome to Mexico. I'm probably like the 20th person who says that, but Sam, I would like to start with you.
There's only been about 15 people there.
Oh, okay, then I'm 16. That's fine.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd love to be welcome to Mexico. I love Mexico City.
And you guys are amazing. The film was amazing. I had so much fun. And I wanted to ask you, Sam, in a world where most of the things we see are reboots and remakes and sequels, you keep it original, and I love that about you. But I'm guessing, and I wanted to ask you, that there's a price. There was a price to pay maybe at the beginning. Can you tell me a little bit about that price you paid?
Mysterious. I wonder what you're talking about. Well, I'm aware of the price of making original programming at the end, where the marketeers say, "How are we going to sell this? It's not like anything. It's not like Frozen 2. We don't know what this is." But the marketeers in this case rose up and said, "Thank you for challenging us. We have so many spin-offs, sequels, remakes, that this is really a challenge. How do we sell this to the audience? Do we tell them it's a comedy, a horror movie, a drama?" Yeah, that's what I told them. Go on, get out of here. But they have to sacrifice a lot in those departments: marketing, distribution, advertising, all those campaigns. They've got to really go to work. But when you say a price at the beginning of the process, I wonder what you mean.
If maybe you had to make some sacrifices at first in order to now tell the stories you want to tell.
Oh, in general, stories.
Yes, in your career.
Oh, yeah. The whole thing is a story of sacrifices in order to keep going and get your next job. Just to work. I mean, nothing more than that. It's about, I used to make comedies as a kid. In college and high school, I'd make comedies and show them. And my friend said, if you want us to break into the business with a low budget film, you got to make a horror movie. That's the only kind they're showing in the theaters that's, this inexpensive, that we could raise money for. This is before modern cinema. And I said, Bob, I don't want to make a horror movie. I don't like them. They scare me. I do the opposite. I do comedies. She said, well, learn to make a horror movie if you want to break in. So I learned how to make a horror movie. And in doing so, I started to develop appreciation for the craft of building suspense and the scares. But one of the sacrifices I made, and this is the long way of getting there, is I had to stop making comedies, which is really what I loved, and start to love something else, which is the sacrifice. And then somehow the comedy wouldn't go away. It kept sneaking into the movies, even though it's supposed to be horror movies, and marketeers back then even were, we can't sell this. Or it was a feathered fish. They'd cut off the feathers. But what did you just say? Sorry.
You just proved them wrong, I think, throughout your career.
They didn't sell well. They were right. They never were popular movies. They always found a dedicated but very tiny audience, the ones that I made. And then after I got to make the Spider-Man movies, then I've been given a little more leeway to express myself.
And that leads me to a question for you, because I'm guessing to get the actors you want for a film like this, they have to be willing to do some stuff. How are the talks with the actors when it comes to bringing them in for a story like this?
Yes, I mean, when you have a director like Sam Raimi, it's not very difficult to get your movie stars. He's a very established filmmaker, so a lot of actors are excited to work with him. And Sam has worked with Rachel in the past on Doctor Strange 2, so it was a seamless attachment. And then with Dylan O'Brien, we worked closely with our casting director Nancy Nair and the studio. And it was interesting because he is her boss, but he's much younger, and we had so much fun with that. And with Dylan, he's known to be the leading man in the Maze Runner franchise, but we saw so much depth and layers to him in a film called Cato Lake, and we knew that he'd be the perfect Bradley, because as you see, Bradley he's very multi-layered and not one-dimensional.
Yes, definitely. And to me, and this is my perspective, Send Help seems to be a cautionary tale about revenge, and also about how you treat people, honestly. So from your perspective, from both of your perspectives, what would be the moral of the story?
Zeynep, what would you say?
In very short words, I'll say the moral of the story is just be kind to everyone. Everyone has their own demons, and we need to be more patient.
And I'd say the moral of the story is hurry up, stop acting like a jerk, and I don't have the time for it. No, I'm sorry, I'm just making trouble with that.
That's amazing.
But no, I would say it's a story of power corrupting characters.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. And talking about power, obviously you both are in very powerful positions when it comes to making films. And you said something yesterday that really resonated with me, which is that you need to listen to all the departments and to everyone who has something to say. Was there, and this is a question for you both, was there a before and an after experience maybe that made you realize that it was important to listen to everyone?
I learned that slowly but surely earlier in my career from different departments. First from my friend Bruce Campbell, who's a great actor and comedian, would show me a funnier way or a better way to do something, and I realized that makes the movie better. So it was a slow process of opening up. When you're afraid, you have to have a plan. You've got to be strict about it, and you got to make sure it works, and that everyone understands that plan. There's very little room in a mind like that for creative input. But I've come to learn that you got to both do that homework, be precise, know what you want and why things won't work, and then you throw it away. Just keep it on the quiet side that you've done that homework and you begin the collaborative process.
That makes sense. What do you think?
I think one lesson that Sam taught me on my first film was to listen to the note. You know, as an artist, a lot of people are very reactive when they get a note that goes against their creative vision. But Sam has always taught me to take a pause and listen to the note behind the note. What is behind it, and resonate with it and think on it and find a solution.
We all feel reprimanded, which we shouldn't, when we present a creative idea and the answer comes back, I didn't find that funny. You can't go into a defensive position then.
Yes.
You got to go through that. They didn't like it. And then you have to really find out why.
Why?
Did you understand something? Oh, you did understand everything. Okay, then it's really not funny. I was hoping you would say you didn't understand some part. Sometimes they do say I don't understand, and you can clarify, and it can work. But to get to the bottom of the note is important, so you can fix the ailment or attempt to.
I think all of the things you have said explain why you guys are great at what you do. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much fun watching this film. It was
Thank you so
cathartic.